Okay, we have Professor Lipscomb here. We are going to look at problem set 7M1, lesson 3 on page S.11. I want to go over, we have 6 problems tonight. I want to go over 2 of them. I want to go over one example from the first 3 problems, and then I want to get you some clues about how to do one of the other problems. So without further ado, as I like to say, let's go straight into the magic pad. So let's look. What I want to do here is I want to look specifically at, we're going to look at problem 2. And you're going to do 1, 2, and 3 all the same way. We're going to find out whether we have, do we have proportional relationship. And as we've been talking in class for the last 2 lessons, the answer will be yes, if the constant of proportionality is the same. And it's no, it'll be no if there is a difference. Okay, so the way that we do all 3 of these problems is we're going to make a 3-column chart. Okay, and so notice here, what do we have? We have a 2-column chart. So these are all 2. These are all 2-column charts. So what we're going to do is, as we do all of our work, it will be copied onto a separate piece of paper, and we're going to rewrite this 2-column chart, and we're going to make it a 3-column chart. So if you look at it, we have a label up top. And let me just put this in a separate color to make it completely obvious. We have a label of X and Y. And those X's and Y's are (3 and 15, 4 and 17, 5 and 19, and 6 and 21. But we're going to need to make a 3rd column. And this 3rd column is key. It's our constant of this is Y divided by X. This is our constant of proportionality, column 3. And it equals column 1, col 1 for short, divided by column number 2. Wrong. It is column, yes, Mr. Lipscomb does make mistakes from time to time. So we are going to correct that right now. And we're going to say that it's column number 2 divided by column number 1. So in this case, we have 15 over 3. Let's make this orange. And over here we have 17 divided by 4. Here we have 19 over 5. I kind of ran out of room, so I'm not going to write that one. And over here, I'm going to write 21 divided by 6. Now the question is, are these equivalent? Well, we can do these calculations using our calculators. So I'm going to pull out my calculator, and I'm going to say, on my calculator, 15 divided by 3, I'm going to punch that in, and that equals, and I'll make this a different color, and that equals 5. And here I have 17 divided by 4, and that equals 4.25. So do I need to go any further? And the answer is no. I can say this is, problem number 2. It is not proportional because B/C, because column 3 values are different. All you need is to show that 2 are different, and then it can't be the case that all of these are the same. And so I'm going to commit to this answer by boxing it. So if I'm looking at this problem, I know that this is my answer because there's a big box around it. So the answer is no, number 2 is not proportional. Now, what you need to do on number 1 and number 3 is the same thing. You need to show whether or not, you need to create a column 3 and figure out whether they're all 4 values are the same, in which case it will be proportional. And if any 2 are different, if not all 4 are the same, then it is not a proportional relationship. Now let's move on to another problem, which is Kayla making an observation about the selling price of coffee that are sold in different sizes of bags. So we have, if you buy a 6-ounce coffee bag, it costs $2.10. If you buy 8 ounces, it's $2.80. And if you buy 16 ounces, it's $5.60. And the question is the price proportional to the amount of coffee? Why or why not? And then we have to use the answer if to predict a 20-ounce bag of coffee. So let's look at this problem. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to rewrite this in terms of a 3-column chart. So we are going to create a 3-column chart. And remember, I don't want this is all written in columns. And we've talked about why in class. So ounces of coffee is column 1. Column 2 is going to be the price. And that's in dollars. So if we remember everything we've talked about in class for the past 2 days, column 3 is going to be column 2 divided by column 1. So that will be dollars per ounce. So this is the dollars per ounce. And that's kind of like that's the price for 1 ounce. Okay, so we're just going to make this chart like this. And we're going to say, well, we have 3 data points. And I'm going to put my data points in. We're going to switch colors. And remember, our data points is column 1 and column 2. So our first data point is this. 6 ounces cost $2.10. 8 ounces cost $2.80. And 16 ounces cost $5.60. So the question is do we have a proportional relationship? And if we do, then we can figure out what 20 ounces of coffee would cost. So I'm going to take out my trusty calculator, and I'm going to divide 2.1 by 6, and I get 0.35. I'm going to take 280 and divide by 8, and I get 0.35. And I'm going to take 560 and divide by 16, and I'm going to get 0.35. So the answer is yes. And the reason is I have a constant of proportionality equals constant of proportionality equals 0.35, and it's the same. It's a constant. So, and I know that the way that you write this, or the way that you use this constant proportionality, it's basically the first column, column 1, times the constant of proportionality equals column 2. So the ounces times the constant of proportionality equals the price in dollars. So I'm going to leave you to answer this question. This is for you to answer. So what I'd like to do now is to leave you with this. If you like this video and it was helpful, I would like you to like it on Schoology. And if you didn't find it useful, I'd like you to at least fill out a comment on Schoology and let me know what would be better to help you with the homework. Otherwise, I will see you in class tomorrow, and we'll leave it at that.